Hey everyone, this is Pete. Welcome to a new instalment of Sunday Driving. I know I said last time we might carry on with Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transform for a bit, but I think I've decided to change the format of this a little bit, just for a little bit more variety. So I thought I'd mix things up week after week, and if there's anything we play that people particularly like the look of or want to see a bit more of, do let me know down in the comments or via Twitter or over on Moe Gamer that you'd like to see a bit more of, and we will... we'll do our best to have a look at those. So today we're having a look at World Super Police, a PlayStation 2 game from 2006, released by Midas Interactive Entertainment, who many of you will know as a pretty low-budget publisher in the West. They brought a lot of the Simple 2000 series to the West in various forms. I don't think this was part of the Simple series, if I remember correctly. This one was originally published by Jaleco, and it was developed by Suzak Incorporated and TYO Productions Incorporated. I've not heard of either of those people before, and I know absolutely nothing about this game other than it looked like it might be quite fun. So let's take a look. Alright. It is tradition to always check out the options menu. Oh, Japanese voices, eh? Yep. Quite rare to have dual audio in a PS2 game. Simply due to space issues in other cases. But yeah, we'll keep that on the original Japanese then. And let's jump right in. So you've got two different police forces to play with here. You've got the World Super Police in Japan, who are called Blue Wing, and the World Super Police in the USA, called Red Hawk. So let's go with Blue Wing since we've just turned the Japanese voices on. Immersion.
World Super Police, 通称 WSP。急増する凶悪な交通犯罪に対抗するため、日米で設立された特殊警察である。松平正則は WSP 日本支部、ブルーウィングに所属する隊員である。彼は都内の治安を守るパトロール中だった。事件発生を告げる警報がその時鳴り響いた。松平を飲み込んでいく運命の始まりである。
Over dramatic. I like it.
銀行強盗追跡。
I can do that. So, like I say, my entire knowledge of this game is based on what I've seen on the back of the box and the little bit I've read of the manual. So, there seems to be some sort of combat stuff in this as well. A sort of racing and such like. But I don't know how all that works. Let's find out. Alright, on to our first mission. It's not going to be just pistols though, is it? I'm guessing there's going to be explosive weapons involved as well. There's certainly lots of explosions on the back of the box, so... Of course. Is this going to be a convenient tutorial mission by any chance? Alright, so what are our controls? We've got analog steering. Cross to accelerate. We don't have any weapons or anything yet, so... So I guess we just have to ram her off the road, maybe? Should have probably read the manual first. So I do actually have the manual for this, unlike a number of my PS2 games. No, don't even have to ram her off the road. Just have to catch up with him. I was expecting some sort of Chase HQ type situation. I guess we just need to keep them in sight for the minute. Oh, they're shooting at us. You can shoot at me all you want. My car is armoured. They said so in the intro. I'm interested to see how much freedom, if any, there is on this. So I'm guessing it's going to be sort of closed tracks. There don't seem to be any sort of turnings off this road or anything like that. Presumably the missions will get more complicated as the time goes on. Physics! Nice, that was easy enough. I'm going to quickly squiz a look at the manual while that's loading. To make sure there's nothing I'm missing. Okay, seems pretty straightforward. There is an attack button, so clearly you do get weapons later on. And you're able to actually target things from the look of things. So presumably there's certain weapons that will use a lock on, or perhaps you just sort of target enemies rather than having to manually aim at them. Alright. I believe there's some sort of squad and formation system as you go a bit further in this as well. Oh, new cars. Very nice. Right, here we are, some more members. Is this police anime the game? If so, I'm all for this. Right, let's see if I have any space in my memory card. I forgot to check before we do this. Let's find out. Yes. You know, one thing I'm realising returning to a lot of these PS2 games many years later is that an annoyingly small number of them support both memory card slots. And I have no idea why. But never mind. Okay, we've got one training point. That, I believe, is to do with one of the things you can pick from the main menu. There's a training option that presumably allows you to improve their abilities somehow, I guess.
これを服用し高速運転に酔いしれることが危険なブームになっていた。そんな若者たちを取り締まるために我々は
Don't do
今
drugs,
日も
kids.
出動するのであった。
Especially not cannon wave.
麻薬取引の影。
中央環状線で暴走車両を確認。走行状況から運転者は薬物による酩酊状態にあるものと思われます。犯行車両はスポーツカー。
You know, I've been saying for years that I wanted racing games with a plot, and sort of EA had a couple of goes with the Need for Speed series, and there've been a couple of other things like the Toka Race Driver series did a few things, but I wish I'd known about games like this back in the PS2 era. There's a surprising amount of stuff that I just never even heard of back in those days. But well, at least we can rediscover them now.
現在のところ重火器は確認されていません。したがって我々も重火器の使用は避ける方針です。
Ah,
被害を出さず
boring.
に検挙願います。以上です。
くそ、そんな奴に情状酌量の余地はない。さっさと撃破してやればいいんだ。
He's the hothead then.
何を言っている。裁きを下すのは法だ。法による裁きを受けさせるんだ。我々は自分自身が法であるなどと思い上がってはならん。申し訳ありません。
We're gonna have trouble with Tomisaka by the end of this.
そのことを忘れなければいい。
ロバート君の言う通りだ。我々は裁きの法への橋渡しとして犯罪者を検挙していけばいい。任務開始だ。健闘を祈る。
ブルーウィング出動。
Okay, so all right, so we can choose who's going where, I guess. We don't have to bring 3 people along, but we can do. Okay, let's bring along someone else as well then. Let's bring her along because she's cute. So she needs a car. Oh, do we not have a car for her? Is that the problem? Oh, I'm not sure what's going on here. Okay. Alright, so each of those formations has an effect on various stats from the look of things. So we're trying to chase someone down in a speedy car, so we want something that's got good speed, I guess. So that's looking like Aquila is quite speedy. Vulpecula, that's an evasion one. Draco also evasion. Let's try that one. Alright, so the car is the weapon, I guess, so... Okay, we'll give her another car. Again, we want one with decent speed, I guess. Alright, so she can have that one. I'm going to take the new car I unlocked, the stealth one. Because that's got a bit of extra speed to it. And then we don't have any weapons, or we're not authorized to use any weapons on this one. So, alright, let's scramble.
ーゲットは中央環状高速を暴走中です。
Alright, so I believe we can press a button to... Yeah, there we are. So we press the circle button and we can change formation. And blow people up. We serve the law. We're not above the law, except when civilians get in our way. I'm loving the way the cars just explode if they're in the way. Oh, we're taking some damage now. Chief's not going to be happy. Put him back in that line formation because taking up the whole road is clearly being a bit of a liability here. There's our target. Oop.
ブルーウィング本部よりブルーウィング各機へ。機動隊によるバリケードが完成しました。ターゲットを追い込んでください。
そんな悠長なことを言ってる場合か。おい松平、奴の正面に回り込め。強引にターゲットを止めるんだ。奴は正真正銘の麻薬中毒だ。バリケードで止められる保証はない。そのままバリケードを突破して大事故を起こす危険もある。先に俺たちで止めるぞ。フォーメーションを駆使してターゲットを包囲する。いいな。了解。
Alright. So swerving dude there, we need to get in front of him. This is where that radar comes in handy because you can really sort of see where you are in relation to the actual target. And that helps you sort of block them off, box them in. Might now be a good target to go across the width of the road, maybe. I thought we weren't supposed to kill him. Never mind. I don't think this game's supposed to make a lot of sense. Or perhaps the explosions are just symbolic.
警視庁の取り調べの結果、彼らの口から意外な情報がもたらされた。キャノンウェーブは国内では生産されずに海外から密輸されているというのだ。日本最大の暴力団組織極東龍河会が仲介人として暗躍しているのではないかという。麻薬の蔓延は是が非でも阻止しなければならない。俺たちは直ちに捜査を開始した。
What does that mean? Do we have to get them repaired? Oh, more people.
中野美代です。運転が得意です。誰にも負けない自信があります。
I can beat all of you at driving. Alright. Let's save there. This is interesting so far. I'm not sure it's good, but I'm having a good time so far, if nothing else. Let's keep going and see how things go.
各自動車メーカーの新型車が一堂に会し、会場は人々の熱気であふれ返っていた。交点。
国際展示場で車両強奪事件が発生。犯人は展示会場を爆破し、展示中の車両を強奪、逃走しました。盗難車両は WSP でも導入予定の高性能車で、機動隊の車両でも追いつけません。また犯人が重火器を所持しており、追跡した機動隊車両が攻撃を受けました。犯人はおそらく海外の密輸ブローカーと手を組んだ窃盗犯の一味だと思われます。直ちに現場に向かい、交通機動隊のバリケードに犯人を追い込んでください。今回はガトリングガンの使用許可が下りています。
Weapons. Now you're all talking.
WSP 上層部よりターゲット車両はできるだけ無傷で回収せよとのことです。
つまりガトリングガンは威嚇程度しか使用できないということか。
うまくやってくれ。
ブルーウィング出動。
Just as a warning. Remember that, everybody. Alright. So we got that new car, haven't we? Let's try this one. Yeah, because that's got the Gatling gun and the machine gun. Suits me. No, they've all got Gatling guns. That's cool. Alright. Off we go. So checking the controls. R1 is fire and R2 is switch weapons. Looks like we're only allowed to use the Gatling gun in this one, so. Well, damage is persistent, I guess, so. It's presumably some sort of way of getting your cars repaired. But hitting the sides doesn't seem to be causing any damage, it's just driving into other cars. Oop. He doesn't like it when I hit things, does he? Just a warning shot. Right, well, there's our target lock. Presumably we're not supposed to actually kill him, though. Doesn't look like we can anyway, I don't think. Oh no, we are doing some damage. He's just flat out hurling grenades at us though. Stop that. A lot of interlacing juddering on this one. Not sure if that's coming across in the video or not, but yeah, it's a little bit flickery. It's probably because this is a 50Hz game running on a 60Hz display. I mean, it's not unplayable or anything, it's just, if you look at things like the interface and such, like they are kind of wiggling around on the screen. Oh, I'm nearly dead. So do we need to actually destroy him? They said not to. There we are, we just chase him to the end point. There's those excellent car physics again.
犯人はアジア全域の犯罪に関わっているとされる巨大なシンジケート、コーテンであることが判明した。コーテンの手が日本にも及んでいることに俺は戦慄を覚えた。さらに極東龍河会が絡んでいるとされるあのキャノンウェーブもコーテンが持ち込んでいるという。コーテンを捕まえなければ一連の事件は解決しないだろう。俺たちはコーテンの足取りを追い始めた。
Alright, well this has been pretty fun so far. Let's do a couple more missions and see how we get on. Like I say, if you want to see more of this, let me know in the comments, and we'll maybe take a closer look at it. Or if you prefer to see something else next Sunday, then let me know that as well, as I've got lots of different driving games, racing games, arcade races that we can take a look at. More people.
高田裕二だ。俺が来たからにはみんなの出番はないぜ。
悪を憎む気持ちなら誰にも負けないわ。
Okay. So what do we do with these training points?
日本最大の暴力団組織極東龍河会、アジア最大のシンジケートコーテン、ついに両者の大規模な麻薬取引が行われる情報をつかむことができた。警視庁は取引現場を抑え一斉検挙を計画。麻薬一掃の期待がかかる一大作戦であった。極東龍河会とコーテン。
全国警視庁による麻薬取引現場の摘発が行われました。しかし情報が漏れていたのか、パトカーが到着する前に現場から容疑者の一部はすでにヘリで逃亡。他の容疑者は車両にて逃走中。検挙は取引現場から逃走した不審車両を全台検挙願います。ターゲットは黒のセダン。強力な重火器を所持していることも十分に予想されます。そのため我々ブルーウィングも重火器の使用が許可されています。ただし一般車両に被害が及ばないよう使用には十分注意してください。
逃げられちまうなんてだらしねえな。情報が漏れたのもだらしねえが、逃げられちまうなんて情けねえったらありゃしねえ。初めから俺たちに任せておきゃいいんだよ。そうすりゃ無駄なことせずに済むんだ。
そう言うな。犯罪者にしてみれば我々は目の上のコブ以外の何者でもないだろう。我々に対する警戒は警察以上に強いはずだ。もし我々が動いていたとしても、今回の任務にしても奴らは我々が出てくることをすでに予測しているかもしれん。激しい反撃を受ける可能性もある。気を抜かないでくれたまえ。
ブルーウィング出動。
Alright, so we're able to use the full 5 slots this time, so we might as well do that. So who else should we take with us? Oh, the drivers take damage as well. Okay. So let's take him. And him. He seemed keen to go. And give them some cars. How do we repair them? I wonder if we go exit here, we can do something about that. So we have just saved, so that's okay. Alright, so we can look at that training for one thing. We've got 3 training points. And we could choose who we train. Let's just train our captain for the minute. So I guess in this one we just have to drive to the end. Not a lot of in-game explanations in this one. Oh, hey, whoa. Reckless driving if ever I saw it. The draw distance is pretty short on this, but there's some quite nice, interesting roadside scenery. That's cool. It does appear to be sort of closed tracks, sort of traditional arcade racer style point-to-point races. Ooh, let them pop up. Kind of reminding me of old stuff like Outrun in a weird sort of way. And looks quite stiff. Wondering if this driving training will help with that. Just make it a bit more responsive or something. Something like a progress indicator or something might be useful. At the minute I'm not sure if I'm just supposed to keep going or if there's a specific end point, or if we're doing laps, or I don't know. Let's keep going for a little while. Out for a nice drive. Is that the same tunnel or a different one? Whoops. I love the exploding cars, that's the best bit of this game. Yeah, it's been 3 minutes. I don't know if this is going to go on forever. If you bear with me a moment, I'm just going to pause and have another quick look at the manual. So, the explanation of game modes, the World Super Police mode. That's what we did. Well, we were doing that. We're actually on the training mode now, aren't we? So, training. The training screen appears only after you complete one or more missions. There are 3 training missions, and the more points you accumulate for completing missions, the more types of training you can select. Reach the finish line before time expires to pass this training session. Okay, so there is a finish line at some point. It just doesn't actually say how far away that is. Well, let's keep going. I'm sure we'll reach. Oh. I'm an idiot. Can't believe I did that. Alright, so that's improved his driving stats slightly. So those stats will then carry across into the World Super Police mode as well. Alright, so we got 2 other training points as well. So there was also a shooting and a evasion mission. So the shooting mission is shoot as many of the target vehicles placed on the roadway as possible and reach the finish line before time expires. And then evasion is evade attacks and reach the finish line without being destroyed. Okay. Let's have a go at the shooting one. And we will take a car designed for attack. I think we might have more. We got more cars than we've got in the main game? I think we might have. Let's pick an attack type one though. So we go with that one. And off we go. So this time around we need to shoot things and reach the finish line. That took around about 3 minutes last time, so I'm assuming this is going to be a similar length. Do we shoot everything? Not a lot of things to shoot. Oh, there's something. Does green mean not shoot them? That's a police car. Probably shouldn't shoot them. What about them? Come here. They're all police cars. I'm just going to shoot them all. Got it. I think that explosion effect got stuck. So we do have 2 weapons. So the Gatling gun fires a bit further than the basic machine gun, I think, or possibly vice versa. I'm not entirely sure. One of them fires further, the one we've got now. Ooh, handling. Got limited ammunition as well, so presumably we need to try and control ourselves at least a little bit as well. This is good fun. Vehicle combat done right is always good fun. And I think having at least some sort of lock-on system in there helps it be a bit more enjoyable. Because if you're having to aim things manually in a 3D game when you're moving at high speed, that's not always entirely practical. So anyone who's played sort of older car combat game, I know this is pretty old at this point, but yeah, really old car combat games where you have to sort of specifically line up your car with things and hit things in just the right position and that kind of thing. Alright, clear. Let's see how we did. Don't know what these numbers mean. What does damage report mean? Oh, it's damage to civilian vehicles. Yeah, quite a lot. No, nothing improved there. There wasn't anything to shoot. I don't understand. Okay, well, let's try the last training mission and then we'll call that a day for this. This game has a few little quirks, I think, that you obviously have to learn your way around a bit more. Like I said, I've been coming into this blind, so wasn't sure what to expect. It's been interesting so far, certainly. I don't know if it's something I'm in a massive hurry to return to, but it's I do like games that sort of involve police chases and car combat and stuff like that. So perhaps this this sort of broadens and gets a bit more varied and interesting as it proceeds through the levels. I say one of the main things I do like about this is the fact that it's a racing game with a storyline, which is something that I've always been keen on the idea of, but a lot of racing game fans just don't seem to be really interested in that sort of thing. So that guy's presumably going to try and shoot at us. Yeah, there we go. So we need to evade him. So I guess in that shooting mission, presumably some of the stuff on the radar should have said target on it, but didn't for whatever reason. So I just blasted a load of police cars, and that just counted as me killing loads of civilians. And those red arrows on the left side, I thought it was pointing to the timer and saying that was the target, which wouldn't have made any sense, but I guess that's saying there's a target ahead of us and a target behind us, perhaps? I don't know. Like I say, this game could have done with a bit of a tutorial, or just a bit more clear in-game information telling you what's what and what's going on, what everything means. But like I say, if you're familiar with the source of this in the form of Midas Interactive, you probably won't be surprised to see that it's a clunky game with a few questionable design decisions in it. I mean, they didn't make the game, obviously. Like I say, this was originally published by Jaleco in Japan and developed by those couple of companies that I've never heard of, and there's probably a reason for that. No, I feel like I'm being hard on this game because it's not terrible. It's competent. I mean, it looks all right. It performs reasonably well. Those weird interlacing and 50 Hz issues aside, which may not be an issue on some televisions. And it looks quite nice as well. It's not a bad looking game. I mean, obviously that pop-in is pretty dreadful, but you know, it's not game breaker or anything. It's not as if obstacles are coming out of nowhere. It's just things like background scenery is suddenly appearing. So that's not really having a direct impact on the gameplay as such. It's just a little jarring to see. But I'm glad I've tried it. This has been on my shelf for quite a while. This is one of those games that I just sort of picked up on a whim on a visit to CEX one day, just because it was like 50p or something like that. That's the great thing about collecting for PS2 at the minute, is a lot of more obscure stuff is very, very cheap at the moment. Obviously things like the popular RPGs and stuff are starting to go for more and more money, and the really rare stuff like Rule of Rose is going for sort of over £100, but stuff like this, which is often some of the most interesting stuff on the platform, if not the best stuff on the platform, yeah, you can pick that up for sort of pocket change at this point. Whoops. Alright, well, we didn't blow up, and we didn't actually blow up any civilian cars either, so that should have been a reasonable rating, surely. 1. Nice. Okay, that improved his evasion somewhat. So let's save that there, and then we'll call that a day for now. So, like I say, this was World Super Police for PlayStation 2, published by Midas Interactive Entertainment from, I think, 2006, the title screen said. Published by Jaleco in Japan, and developed by Suzak and TYO Productions. I say, if you've ever heard of them, then let me know. I've heard of Jaleco, obviously, but not the other two. So, an interesting game. Not the best game, but it's got some cool ideas. It's got some nice artwork. I like the character art. Yeah. Well, if you want to see a bit more of that, let me know down in the comments. Or if you'd rather see something different, also let me know down in the comments. And if you don't care, well, don't say anything. Alright, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please help out the channel by leaving a like or a comment and subscribing. Be sure to check out moegamer.net for new articles on Japanese and Japanese-inspired video games, new and old, every weekday. Every month, Moe Gamer features an in-depth exploration of an individual game or series as its cover game, so be sure to check the archives to see if your favourite has had a deep dive yet. If you'd like to support the site directly, please consider becoming a patron or buy me a coffee. You can find links to do both down in the video description. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.